Hey crafty cuties, welcome back to Paper Terrace. If you're new, my name is Jess, and today we are going to embellish some vintage recipe cards. We're gonna do these very simple. You can see right here, it's really just a few layers, but I thought it was a cute, simple, and quick way to kind of dress up some vintage recipes, whether you are dressing up your own for a junk journal or cookbook of your own, or maybe you are making more of a vintage recipe card or like kitchen themed journal. I think that all of these would be really cute in all of those ideas. So we're gonna go ahead and just make some together. I am also debating between actually turning them into a pocket by sewing on another piece of paper, or they can still be a pocket just like this, and then you would just glue it down into your journal on 3 sides. So I'll figure that out as we go along. I got these vintage recipe cards from eBay, and they actually came in this adorable little tin, which I knew I would reuse as well. And we're gonna get started. All right, so I started prepping some of the things I want to use. I am making these for journal packs, and so I'm going to decorate these all pretty similar because they're all going to separate people. If I were decorating a bunch of them to go into one journal, I would just change up how I was changing up, or sorry, I can't talk today. I would change up the different fabrics and embellishments. So I've already cut, I'm making about 60 of these right now, and I just cut up some tiny little strips of vintage sheet fabric that have light florals to go along with my theme. And then I'm kind of looking at a couple of these as, so I'm gonna go for this style right here. So we have a strip of fabric that's about the width of the recipe card. We need to get some lace. So let's go ahead and get that down. I have my favorite lace here from Junk Journal Creations, Ramona. Thank you, Ramona, for sending me so much because I have been actually using it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I will cut about 60 of these. I like to do an assembly line method when I am making a bunch of the same. And if I were going to be decorating a bunch of these for a one single journal, I would do the same, but then I would just go grab, you know, another lace. I would grab a couple different fabrics. That way you can have the same base decorating kind of recipe and then change up the different colors, textures, and all of that. All right. I'm not actually going to cut 60 right here with you, but you kind of get the point. Whoopsies. And then there we go. And then I like to do another little tiny strip of fabric in the front, and I have a couple different fabrics because I've been using these same fabrics in other things that I was making for the journal pack, so that will be cute. You know what? I'm gonna grab my scalloped scissors, and actually this is going to make a really cute little detail for the front there. Therefore, I'm gonna take a couple fabrics together because I can cut several at a time. There, like that. And this is just about the perfect width for my liking. And I will try my best to get somewhat straight little strips, but it doesn't have to be perfect. I think these little scallops are going to make the perfect little detail since I am decorating these rather simple. So when you can add a special little touch like this, it kind of makes a big difference in my opinion. I think gold thread would be another pretty little touch. Ooh, okay, I just thought of one more thing I'm gonna grab. I think that cheesecloth will go perfectly with these, and it kind of makes sense for recipe cards as well because cheesecloth is something that you would use in the kitchen. All right, let me go grab cheesecloth. Okay, for cheesecloth, I think I'm gonna cut some little rectangle shapes like this, and then when you separate it, let's see, I think this will be a good size because I want the cheesecloth to be just kind of a messy little layer in there. And there are tons of layers in this little section that I grabbed, so I'm just gonna cut down a couple like this. And then I have a few options for what we'll call like the little focal point topper. So I have these tiny little bow patches, which I will probably do for most of them. You could add a sticker or something like that, but again, I'm sending these to people. I want them to be able to customize slightly. I think I will go for this version right here. One other cute little idea was tiny little bows. I got these adorable bows, and if I had enough, I would probably use these. Oh gosh, that is just darling. Maybe I'll just use some. I think I have to. They're so cute. Yeah, we'll just use some. Because these little bows are cute too, but the little crocheted bows are so cute. All right. The only other little thing to note is that this bow is a bit thicker than this little patch, and I don't want any trouble sending them through USPS first class mail, so yeah, I'll probably just use a couple and have it be a little surprise if anyone gets that one. I just wanted to show you how cute I think these go together. I am sending these along into the journal packs. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. Okay, so this is going to be very easy. We're going to take one of our recipe cards, and I hate to cover up the actual writing, so I'm going to do my best I think I'm just going to have to cover some of it up at the end of the day. I think we are doing a good deed by using them in one way or another, giving them some new life. Okay, so I'm going to go start on the back, and I'm going to layer my lace. Let's put this here. If you want to zoom in, by the way, you can. I'm going to keep it zoomed out so you can see my whole area if you wish. So we'll layer the lace, and then I'm going to layer the fabric, and I want the fabric to be a little bit taller than the lace so that it peeks through on this side. And then for the back, that is all that I'm going to go ahead and just run this through the sewing machine just so everything stays put. I could probably set this up so I only had to sew them once, but I want to do what's easiest. Then on the front, I'll take one of our fabrics here, like that. Let's go ahead and add the cheesecloth next. And I'll probably rough this up a little bit after we sew it, but for now, we'll just put it right there, right underneath our little focal image. Okay, these actually are so cute. The colors and everything is adorable. Then we will go ahead and run this through the sewing machine next, just right at the top. I'm going to grab some scrapbook paper in a moment, and then I'll show you how to turn this into a pocket, kind of like a floating pocket on its own. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of take a few strands of thread out of the cheesecloth so it's a little bit more rugged, I guess you could say, but this is what we're working with. Okay, I cut some scrapbook paper that has some just light pastel prints. You could do double-sided if, you know, you wanted it to be pretty on the back, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and use my single-sided paper. You could also do it like this and then have that pretty on the back. I think most people will either end up gluing this down to a page or like clipping it to a page, so I'd rather have the prettier print on, you know, the visible side. I cut these down to 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. So then once we go ahead and add the top, then I will go ahead and just sew around the edges. I do like the idea of these being like a floating pocket on their own. So I am going to turn some into the pocket version. That's going to be for my wildflower members if you're curious. And then the single side, or the single decorated option will be for the other tiers that I am including these for. All right, so now that we have that prepped, we can actually go along and make some all together. Let's go ahead and, okay, I'm gonna set the papers over here where you can kind of see so we can just set up a few at a time. Let's go like this. Just for the video's sake, I'll just do 3, but when I am done here, I will probably work on a different table that has a little bit more space. Okay, I'm gonna set these here just so I can get an idea of what each one is going to look like for color and all of that. That way I can kind of decide. Mostly everything is the same up here to choose from, but you know, there's a couple different options. And then I will just take this and I'm gonna set it on top, even though we're gonna sew that part on the bottom, just so I can get an idea of everything before sewing. You could sew all of these layers onto the front if you like that. To be honest, I can't remember why I did it. Well, we'll give it a try maybe. Kind of like that. Very cute little prints. And then we'll do, okay, let's see. Yeah, then we'll put a piece of cheesecloth. And this cheesecloth, you really gotta pull apart to get a single piece of it. I believe I got this from Amazon. It's either Amazon or my friend Lori gave it to me. Let's try for the patches for this round. Like this. If I had more time, I would love to play around with recipe cards and come up with other ideas, but I do like this. Okay, I'm gonna see if it would make much difference for me to just go ahead and sew everything on one side, because now that I'm making these into pockets, it might not actually make too much of a difference as far as the looks go, and then it would just be, you know, one less step. Wow, there. Okay, so we'll just sew all the way across first. Oh, and something got stuck. Let's see. I am sewing at sort of an odd angle here. Yeah, so we'll sew that on first and then take our little card and then we can sew around the edges. Let's compare this to the version where I had some of the fabric on front and some on back. Where did it go? Didn't I do, oh, it's right here. I mean, honestly, there's not really too much difference. Yeah. And then it's actually probably easier to access the pocket if you didn't have fabric on the back side anyway. So I don't remember why I did that the first round. There could have been a reason and perhaps I forgot. So we will just go on now with this option. And there, I grabbed 2 pieces of fabric. I thought that felt a little bit much. Okay. I'm gonna start up, well, this feels backwards to me how I'm sewing it. And these do end up feeling pretty thin for going into envelopes and things like that. So I am a fan of that since I'm putting them into the first class mail. Let's sew this last one, And I will say that I am getting ideas for all kinds of other ways to spruce these up. So again, if I were making these for a specific junk journal, or if I was making these like for my own, some ideas that I have to kind of make these even more fun would be to maybe use a stencil, and you could do some inking down at like one of the bottoms. Like let's say you have more of an open bottom. In fact, I kind of want to grab one just to do it. Okay, I have this pink ink, and then I have one of my daubers that was for brown ink, so it might not look super crisp pink, but we'll get an idea. And I guess this one's broke. Oh geez, now I just mixed a lot of brown ink in there, but you know what, that's how that goes. So I would probably just do a little section like that. And then if I were going to, you know, take it one more step, then I would probably also just add ink. That did not end up pink at all. I don't know why I thought that was gonna work, but that's okay. Okay, so we go like that. And then you could also embellish with stickers. I found this cute kind of clear label sticker. I could put that over here, and then that way if you wanted to actually label something that was going into the pocket, you could use the floral stickers like I was showing, like this. But I like to have my things that I'm sending to my mail club members decorated, but have a little bit of room for, you know, customizing or adding depending on what you are using it for. And then the last option, which I won't be doing to these ones because these are a little two-dimensional, but this would look darling, is by adding some buttons. Kind of, you know, it could be wherever. Down in the corner would look cute. That would be so cute. Yes, so I hope that some of you play around and have some fun if you have vintage recipe cards that you were wanting to use. And honestly, I think this would be cute in any theme journal. It would not have to be a kitchen or recipe type of junk journal. Any type of junk journal would look so cute with these. So I hope you guys liked this quick little craft with me video. I'm gonna get to crafting the rest of these, and hopefully I can share a final picture with you to show you what they all look like when they are done. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Bye.